it's about repetition and knowing what you need to get accomplished. That's on the money.
Alan, take me through just the process of how the trade happened and you ended up in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the trade happened quickly. For me, I had just got done working out when I had got the news. Actually, I was in LA. I just got done working out when I got the news that I was being traded. And then once that kind of happened, I probably had like an hour and a half or so to kind of get my stuff packed and get on my way.
What was your initial reaction when you heard where you were going?
I was excited. I was excited. I've heard nothing but great things about the Steelers organization and Coach Tomlin. So I definitely was excited.
Last year, you went through the free agency process before signing with LA. Was Pittsburgh an option then at all?
Pittsburgh was in play. They had spoken with my agent. They were in play. Again, ultimately, I ended up kind of getting to the decision of Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. But like I said before, playing in PA in college, and hearing nothing but great things from Pittsburgh. Once it kind of came about, even dating back to my pro day. Again, having some good conversations with Coach Tomlin. So I think it's something that's been a long time coming. You have a better chance of protecting it in the wrong hand, two hands over, rather than thinking about what hand I want to put it in. You're right. Hey, I'll take it. I got it. Yup. We don't got the nickel. Take 29, take 29, take 29, take 29.
In terms of being the veteran in the wide receiver room, General Manager Omar Khan made it very clear they wanted somebody like you in there. Is that added responsibility? Is that natural? How do you take that role on?
It's natural. For me, just being able to share some of my experience, and certain nuances, that's on and off the field. That's being on the field, over communicating, talking through different things, making sure that we're where we need to be at and different things like that. And the same off the field. I think for me, I leave a pretty open forum, for my teammates, to, ask me any questions or, anything like that.
Is it weird being the older guy knowing that you were in their shoes not too long ago?
Yeah, this is the first time in my career that I've been the oldest in our room, so I joke with people and tell people, I'm still 29, so I'm not that old,
right.
So when you're playing with young guys, again, some of the things that you kind of preach, you're able to reinforce yourself, you're able to kind of, playing with some younger guys really keeps you young as a player as well.
Pickett empty set, 1st and 15. He throws the pass down the middle. What a catch! And that is Connor Hayward. 4-man rush. Fires for the end zone. Touchdown, George Jenkins. Steps out of a tackle. Throws it for the goal line. Touchdown, Najee Harris.
What do you think about the offense as a whole, knowing that you're coming in, learning a new system, but there are a lot of pieces that were here last year where they were able to finish on a good note despite not making the postseason?
Yeah, I think now, it's just kind of building from there, figuring out, what direction offensively we want to get better in and need to get better in, and just kind of continuing to, overemphasize those things, or that, before practice things, throughout the course of practice, after practice, just making sure that we're staying, honed in on to the areas that we want to improve upon.
It's not pads yet, but you can just feel the level of competition, especially at the beginning with 7 shots. What's it like just getting to know even the defensive side of those guys? It's
fun, again, for me, last week was my first time, being back out there against defenders and things like that, so it's been about 6 months, since I've kind of been, getting back acclimated to going against defenders. So it's been exciting for me, again, especially being able to go against some of the talent that we have on defense. It's been a fun experience.
Coach Tomlin calls the younger cornerbacks avatars. How would you describe what you've seen from those young guys that obviously have a lot of eyes on them?
Yeah, man. They're competitors. They're long arm corners. Again, whenever you have that in this league, that definitely gives you an advantage. Being able to go against those guys in the red zone and things like that. Again, it's hard to complete some of those tight window throws against longer corners. So again, I think for us as receivers, I think it definitely is iron sharpening iron. For us being able to get that experience, in some of those tight window, red area type plays.
I saw when you first got to Pittsburgh, you asked fans on Twitter, "Hey, what are the good food spots?" Have you had a chance to check any of them out yet?
I really haven't yet. A lot of the food places that I got, would definitely break my diet, but I'm definitely open to trying some of those places. So if anybody, you know, has any good recommendations, feel free to shoot them to me on Twitter.
Lastly, I wanted to ask you about your foundation and just all the incredible work you do with that. It seems like every city that you've been in, you've been able to give back. Why is it so important, and how can you continue to further that here?
It's been important for me, just some of the opportunities that I was presented, you know, as a young kid, being able to be exposed to different camps, being able to expose to different individuals that, you know, helped me pick up on a lot of knowledge, you know, as a kid, you know. So being able to give back in the inner city, you know, and kind of, even with COVID coming around, kind of help my foundation expand our, you know, initiative, you know, into food banks and different things like that, you know. So it's been a great experience, and I'm looking forward to transitioning to Pittsburgh.
All right, thanks for your time, Alan. I appreciate it.
Thank you, I appreciate it.